The ends you serve that are selfish will take you no further than yourself, but the ends you serve that are for all will take you into eternity. First off, let me say there's no excuse for not bettering yourself or doing better for yourself. All you have to do is apply yourself and anything is possible. You just have to have the mind, the ambition, the drive, and you can do anything. The possibilities are endless. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the first job I landed after I completed uni and how that has been, my experience in this field, and some of the many challenges that I had to go through, and some of the defining moments, and how I've developed as an individual. So I finished school last year and I landed my first job. It wasn't specifically in psychotherapy, but I got a job as a support officer. And what that is, it's quite similar. You're working with those who are homeless. You're working with individuals who are homeless for various reasons. Some people, mainly those who have come from the European nations. We have a lot of Jamaicans. You do have white British as well, but it's mainly like the minorities that you'd find in those situations. And landing that job has really opened my eyes to a whole new world of the reality of how some people live. And I'm going to focus on Jamaica because my channel is about my country. So I'm going to focus on Jamaicans. Within this job, I had to do a lot of pickups. So how it works is the council would send. So say, for example, someone goes to the council, which is, it could be anywhere. It can be Birmingham, London, you name it. And say to that council that they're homeless. Then the council contacts these various agencies, which we call as support agencies. And what support agencies provide is temporary accommodation. So then they'll call, say I work for that company, they'll call the company, and as the support officer, we have to go and pick these clients up, meet them, introduce ourselves, and we determine whether or not we want to take on that client, because we have to support. Like for myself, I have to support. So say I have a caseload of probably 35 clients that I have to, that is under my care, and it's my responsibility to make sure that person is safe at all times, to make sure that person is getting all the support that they need, i.e. to make sure that if they so choose, I get them signed up to programs, rehabilitation programs, because most of the clients that I had were drug, they're pretty they're drug users. Some people, they're not on drugs, but they have like mental health issues, and most tragically, I met a few Jamaicans who, because of the experience, so they would have been traumatized, in my opinion. Like I met this client, which I'm not gonna name because of confidentiality. I met the client, I picked her up when I saw she was a Jamaican. She was really nice, which was really good. I'm always happy to see my Jamaican people, and I introduced myself to her, and of course she would have told me her story, and I was working with her for the most part, and I got to know her a lot, where she eventually opened up to me about how she became homeless, how she came to the UK, and some of those things. And of course, I was quite fascinated because I wanted to understand what some people go through, and I wanted to help her as my fellow Jamaican. That I wouldn't help others, but as my fellow Jamaicans, you tend to have you tend to look out for your own a lot, because they're not really being looked out for. We're the minority, and they don't, as minorities, they don't really get the best treatment. Yeah, I got to know her, and she opened up to me about her situation, like how she got to the UK, which is a very tragic story. And she would have said that, of course, she came to the UK to run away from the community that she was living in Jamaica, which was quite a rough community. Of course, she didn't really, she was finding it hard to make ends meet. And yeah, listening to her story. But the part of the story that really grabbed me was the fact that she has been illegal in this country for 20 years. Because when you come to the UK and you don't have any paperwork, you have to do 20 years before you can even be considered to get any form of paperwork. And she was telling me, oh, she has been in the UK for 20 years. I know she have to sleep on friend's floor. I know she get liberty taken of her. And how she went through some hardships. And how it's like mentally she doesn't feel the same. And I'm not trying to deter anybody from coming to the UK. But I'm just saying that, it's not all glitter, and this is not just about the UK. This is about everywhere. A lot of times people run to countries and you hear them come to the country and they probably run off and you think they're living the best life. Even some of us that probably have paperwork. Some people, it's because they come to Jamaica and when they come visit Jamaica, they put on this show like everything nice, like them have money. And if you see the life that they're living in these countries, you would be shocked. You would be shocked to see the life that they're living in these countries. Some people really got treat it rough. And that is why I know Jamaica paradise. You just don't have any opportunities in Jamaica. But a lot of people will tell you them struggle. Some people have got you 2-3 jobs in a snow, in a cold, in a you name it, just to make ends meet. And come the jobs that you would not normally do in your own country, like clean toilets. Yeah, reality. But yeah, that was that lady's story. And she said to me, say, man, boy, I just get my stay and I'm so happy. And she recently went to visit Jamaica after 20 years. Can you imagine? 20 years of not seeing your mother, your family, and none of that. So that's really some of the experiences that I had working in these jobs. And then you see your own fellow black sisters and brothers who are strung out on drugs. Some people tell us that them just follow and try it, and then them get hooked on it. And it's not that I didn't know, not that I don't know about drugs in Jamaica, but it's not as open as it is in the UK, where you see people strung out on drugs on the street and they're literally lost. And some of them have children, they had a good job, but then they tried the drugs and them get hooked. Some of them, because of the drugs, them don't even have contact with them family back in Jamaica. And for those who live here or so on, they most of them are estranged from them family. So it was a grim experience, grim thing to see. But it was also rewarding, to help people be seen. Because some of these people, they get treated like nothing, so that it feels good when, I was able to talk to them and they were able to feel seen, feel valued like a person, because of course society look down upon them, especially if they're homeless and so on. So those are some of the experience I had. It was fascinating. And of course I've had experience where clients want to, clients, they do get upset if you're probably not doing things the way they want to do it, or you're not allowing them to get away with certain things. And yeah, a lot of times I almost, got severely hurt. Like clients would threaten, they'd make their threats, because obviously when they're on drugs, they make their threats. And as a female, sometimes I'm in a house with like 4 men. So these are clients, and I'm in a drug house. When I say drug house, so this is a house where you have like 4 people living, 4 men, and then they have their friends who come and use in the house. Because what I've learned about those the drug users is that they tend to use together because they're afraid of overdose. So when they if they do OD, then they have their mates to help to revive them. So that's why they use together, which is something interesting that I learned. But yeah, that was some of it, like I said. And the lady that I met, a couple of these ladies from Jamaica who have run off. So it's not necessarily that they're on drugs. No, they're just homeless because they recently got their status and they are afforded a home in the UK. But of course, the life that they went through, and then you have to help them. You know, it was good just to, yeah, you know, have those conversations to help people to reason with people, but also realizing that people's mental health get affected. You know, when Jamaicans come and run off and have to wait 3 years, it does affect them mentally. So, is it you wonder. It's a sad reality. Sad reality. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my experience, and I'm really excited, going forward. It would be good. I'm looking at, it would be good if I could give back to my country. I've always said it would be good to, if I could, like, volunteer in Jamaica at least a few months and do that as a regular thing, like a few months, here and there. It's something that I'm really looking into, and also getting some friends on board with that, because, I have fellow Jamaicans who has said skills. So that's something I'm looking into. I'd love to give back, especially to work with Jamaicans here who probably doesn't have any paperwork, just to provide support to them, and also just to provide support to them would be a good thing. That's something I'm really interested in, because I realize that people's mental health get affected in these situations. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I do hope you found it insightful, and just let me know what you think. Do give this video a thumbs up, and you do have yourself a wonderful day. Until next time, Godspeed. Big ups. Bye.